Hello everyone and happy holidays. I know it's winter and I know you're out there catching some salmon, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to make a real quick recipe for a salmon sandwich. What goes well with salmon? White wine. So I want to read off how to make a real quick blackened spice. So I have like about, so I would do like 3 parts of the paprika. This is smoked paprika. I have more paprika, but it's hidden. And then I have about, I'd say about 1 part of the granulated garlic and onion, and then some salt, and I'm going to put some, this is 1 part of the thyme. It's dried. And then I'm going to put some pepper. Well, I'm not going to use that pepper because I have it for something else. So it has a lot of spices. And what makes it blackened is a combination of oil, high heat, and the paprika. So I'm going to put some of the pepper in there. And that's going to help make it blackened. And then put that over here. And I'm just going to go ahead and stir that really well until you have like a nice little, see that color? I don't know if you can see it. Okay. A little color in there. It's mostly red. I think you could see that. It smells good. Oh my God, the smoke, get the smoke kind. Hey, you can put nutmeg in it if you'd like, but I wouldn't. So, put all my little spices aside, and then I'm going to go ahead and get my salmon, which is, of course, sustainable, farm-raised salmon. So, I get that, and then I kind of wanted to show you that I have it wrapped in paper and not in plastic. So, that's a good thing. So, I like my salmon that is farm-raised. And I always ask questions about where it's grown, and if they don't know too much about the salmon and they're not willing to do a little research and you question it, so I would just go ahead and, I mean, don't give the waiter or the waitress or the server a hard time, but I think I mean, if you're going to pay for a salmon, get your money's worth and don't get something that's, you know, like really cheap. But there's some good salmon out there. So, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some white wine and dredge it with a little bit of white wine. See that? Just kind of marinate it. And then I have some orange juice. This is fresh squeezed Tangelo juice, so any kind of citrus will do, but I'm going to save this because it tastes so good. But you can also marinate that with some orange juice, and then I'm going to use the lemon because I like the lemon better, and the lemon kind of gives it a nice flavor, the acidity flavor in the salmon with the wine. And it makes it taste yummy, delicious, yummy. And that's about a half lemon. And that's only 1 piece of salmon, because it's just me. And so what I do is just kind of stir that in there. And then I want to go ahead and pour some of that blackened stuff in there. Okay? And the blackened spice. And make sure your hands are washed. I know I previously washed my hands, but I like washing my hands a lot in between. So let me get this nice towel here. And so what would I serve with salmon? French fries. I would serve French fries. I just have like just regular sliced fries. I mean, nothing fancy. I have my grill heated up here for my buns. And then I'm going to do a real quick aioli. So I'll do that right now. So what I have is mayo, and I would do like maybe 2 parts mayonnaise and maybe 1 part mustard, depending on how you like your mustard. And I'm going to add some salt and pepper in there. Okay. And kind of stir that up. And then I'm going to put this aside. And I'm going to go ahead and put some capers. This is capers. I don't know if you can see that. So I'm going to chop them up because I love capers. They're salty. And you just kind of chop them up. Put them in your aioli, your mayo, aioli. Basically what it is. And you can make it by scratch if you like, but I like cheating, so. A little bit, not always. I'm going to try that. Oh, that's good. That's delicious. So that's going to go over my blackened salmon. Okay. Oh, and you know what? I have oregano here. If you'd like to put oregano and some thyme in your aioli to make it a little spicy, but I'm going to be making like a, instead of a, and some relish. And if you want to make it a little bit sweet, I don't know. I don't think I want to mess with it, but let's put a little bit of relish in there, okay? Alright. Just stir that in there. It gives it that little tarty, you know, that tartar flavor. So, I have that, and I'm going to set that aside. Now, I have a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. It's probably a couple teaspoons. And I'm going to put some, I'm going to dress up my, my salad, which is going to go in the sandwich. And I would get red onions. Red onions go well, and also red onions and tomatoes if you want. If you want to do tomatoes, that's fine too. So where is my whisk? Yeah, okay. I had a whisk here a minute ago. Do it in the sink. Okay. So then I'm going to put a little bit of oregano in there. Okay. Just a pinch, a nice pinch. Some thyme. So I squeezed some of that lemon. I want to put a little bit more lemon. Okay. Some salt, pepper, and I have a mixture of pepper, white pepper, and salt in there. Okay. And then I'm going to mix that up. Kind of taste it. Okay. Tastes pretty good. I'm going to put a little bit more lemon in there. And these lemons were given to me by a friend. And they're delicious lemons. I love this lemon. If you like to put some zest in it, you can put some zest. So, and this is just a little simple. A simple, delicious, flavorful dressing that you can make. Just kind of toss that in there, okay? And then you have your salad, you have your aioli sauce. That's good. And then if you want to put some green onions, if you don't want to put the red onions, you could use the green onions. I didn't have any red onions, so I'm going to go ahead and toss the green onions in there. And when you chop up your onions, try to chop them up and soak them in some water so that all the dirts can fall off. Okay? Make sure you do that vigorously. I'll try this again. Got blood. Oh, and that's arugula. That was a mixture of spring greens, green salad, and arugula. And wash it and pat dry it, or you can get one of those rinsers. So it has arugula in it. I love arugula. So, okay. There's something about that arugula that just, I don't know, reminds me of being a kid, a young kid, where, you know, I used to eat those 4-leaf clovers, I mean the 3-leaf clovers, and then they were so bitter, and so it's kind of, I don't know, kind of weird. But okay, so I'm going to turn that off, my oil off, cooking in cold water, and then I'm going to go ahead and make sure, and they're just cut, and then make sure they're dry. You want to make sure that your pomme frites are dry before they're pomme frites. Your potatoes are dry, and these are organic. Yummy, yummy. And okay, so I'm going to go ahead and so I don't hardly do videos like this. I usually do like the Mexican food and stuff, and people like that a lot, but I like doing all different kinds as I think of them, so that I figure if you don't know how to do it, then I'll show you how to do it. So I'm going to get some butter. I like the butter, and I'm going to go ahead and put that. Make sure your grill is hot. Gotta be hot, okay? And then I'm gonna butter my buns, and I have this on like a low heat. Okay? And you just kind of set that on there. Put the plate on. So make it heat up a little bit faster. So, and I want this on high heat. I'm not going to take a chance. I have to get in my break. I don't know about those plates. So, okay. So, okay. I'm going to turn my oil back on. So I'm going to kind of multitask here. And so, like if you're making dinner, and you kind of time, okay, what's going to cook faster, and my salmon isn't going to take long to cook. And I want my salmon kind of well done. And so, and that's okay. So I'm going to go ahead, as soon as that's done, I'm going to put my French fries in there. So I can tell that my butter is heating up real well, but you know what? I think I'm going to put just a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. You can use coconut oil as well. Oh, that's good. Coconut oil. The coconut oil with the lemon, great combination. So, okay, so I have I'm going to take my fork here. I just kind of, and I'm not going to put the juice in, I mean the liquid in there. So I'm going to do it face down. So when you first, you can't put the juice. I don't see why not. Always when you are searing a piece of meat, serve it side down first. Okay? So I'm going to lower that. And while that is searing, okay, add my, careful, you can use a tongs, which I probably should have, but not used to splashy things. And that's hot. Use the tongs. Okay? And then, oh, got one more in there. I'll show you how I like making. Make sure those aren't burned. Show you how I like making my fries. And hey, that technique where you make sure your fries are really cold for a few hours. You know, you put them in ice water and you put them in the refrigerator for like a couple hours, and then you take them out and then you fry them at a certain temperature. It's usually around 300. And then you take the fries out after you fry them once, and then you allow them to rest, and then you put them back in at the temperature about 400. So, but I'm going to kind of do my regular fries, homemade fries, whatever. But do them like my mom used to do them. So I have like that salt and pepper combination. I'm just going to put that in there. Yeah. And you could use other seasonings that you want. I like doing it this way. Okay. That salmon is about ready to flip over. Look at that, beautiful. That's a blackened salmon. Yeah. I like blackened salmon. I've always have. It's so delicious. And you don't have to blacken. And here's another way to make salmon. You make your blackened salmon or your Cajun salmon. I call it a blackened Cajun salmon. But you can also serve it with Holiday sauce. Oh, so delicious for brunch. You just take the salmon, you serve it over Holiday sauce. Oh my gosh, it's so delicious. I'm telling you, you can have it like that if you want as a sandwich. And that's how my father used to eat it. I'm not eating salmon. I don't like salmon. But when I made it like that, he loved it. I didn't blacken it so much because he didn't like the strong spices. He liked the just nice sear of the Cajun spice, which means you would use less of the paprika. So it'd be less red, so it'd be more Cajun-y. And I'm sure you could Google it and you can find all kinds of spices there. And that's cooking up really nice. So I already, put the lemon on it. I'm going to put a little bit more. It's kind of like one of my favorite things to make, like in sandwiches, hot sandwiches. So if I was going to do this for a large party, like a whole bunch of people, I would do the twice French fries and make sure that they were and I would do them as they were coming through. That's kind of hard. Or you could use mashed potatoes and, dress up your potatoes really nice, and that would go well. And I'm going to try this salmon. My mouth is like watering. Oh, my buns. Buns are about ready. See, and you want that nice golden color on the bun. Okay, I'm going to sear the bottom of that. And I'm going to try this delicious salmon. It's already coming right off. That's good. Cut that piece off, and I want it well done. I like my salmon well done. So I'm going to flip it over again. I'm going to. Yeah, I know, you're not supposed to really use a lid, but I am. Like I said, I want that salmon well done. I'm going to put my butter up. I'm not going to need it anymore. I'm going to have a glass. I'm going to have a taste of wine. That's good. Well, make sure you're on. It's from France. Salmon and French wine. Yeah, why not? And so my fries are really crispy enough. Oh, it won't hurt. The little flavor. Usually you're supposed to keep them separate, but it's not gonna hurt. For me, it's not, because I don't mind a little salmon in my French fry. But if you're gonna do it professionally, keep it separate, okay? The salmon is starting. But you don't want to overcook your salmon. And the fresher, the better. This is previously frozen. So, but the fresher the salmon, the better. I'm telling you, I would trade tamales for fresh salmon. And love salmon. Just love it. So I have my fries. Nice golden fries. That's going to go well. You could use sweet potato fries as well, so that will go well. I'll show you a couple of my fries that are done. And then just kind of serve it right away, because your fries will get wilted. Now that's almost done. I'm going to dress up my plate here. And so how I do it is I like putting the sauce on the bottom, just a little bit, and then on the top. That's how I like doing it. And then I would put the bed. Oh, I might have had a little bit too much sauce on there. So if it's too much, go ahead and get a paper towel or a clean towel. You don't want your sandwich to be soggy. Okay? And that. Okay. Turn that off. That should be done. Okay. Put my French fries in there. It's really easy. Perfect. I would serve it like that. You want a little bit of pink on the inside. But for moi, I want a little bit more. Well done. Those beautiful fries. Okay. So here are your French fries. That's good. Alright. They're hot too. Nice and hot. So I would serve it with just ketchup. You want to spice up the ketchup with a little bit of this, would be fine. You can make your own ketchup. I've had plum ketchup. That's delicious. But I wouldn't use plum. I would use a plum ketchup with a hamburger. But if you want to use ketchup with this kind of meal, this would be good, because you have your Blackened, which is a little spicy Cajun. very wilted. And I'm going to add some more. So I'm going to add some more salad to that. Spin it off. Add the arugula. Just add some more if it gets wilted. Probably add a little bit too much. I did. So I'm going to put that on the bottom. Like that. Bottom. And I'm going to take my salmon. I'm telling you, you're going to love these. Oh, the buns I got at the natural food store. And I like soft buns. I like, you know, buns that were close to artisan, like homemade and close to artisan buns. I like those buns soft. And then I'm going to take the salmon.